When you see Mount Rainier sticking above the clouds as you fly into Seattle from the west, you know you are almost there. The sun broke through just as we arrived, and it was a beautiful day.
Hello, we are Ron and Bev, and this is RonBev Retirement Journeys. We went to Seattle for our niece's wedding shower with family, but we aren't going to show you that. We're going to show you 5 places you can see for free in Seattle. We arrived at a beautiful time for vibrant fall colors. They were on the street where my brother lives.
The morning after we arrived, we went with several family members to a bakery that they had recently discovered.
Wow, this is through the floor.
That's chocolate. Okay, so yeah.
By the time we left, the line was way out the door. Apparently the word has gotten out.
Our first free visit was to Starbucks Reserve Roastery and Tasting Room. We had never heard of it before. There are 2 Starbucks Reserves in Seattle and New York, and reserves in Chicago, Milan, Shanghai, and Tokyo.
Ron, of course, immediately headed for a free coffee sample. There were souvenirs to buy, a line for pastries, a bar for alcoholic drinks, an area for all other foods and coffees, a lower section for what we think were tastings and tours, and some of the equipment needed for roasting.
There was no pressure to buy, and we were able to hang around, although the temptation is great, of course.
One worker described the process of roasting a micro blend of Papua New Guinean, Colombian, and Ethiopian beans just for this particular reserve.
This one, I poured in one of those white buckets in there. It's about 25 pounds. We have a vacuum system that pulls the coffee up into the char topper, and then once I'm ready to roast, I press the button, a slide gate opens up, and all the coffee falls into the drum. And the anatomy of the drum of the roaster is basically like a dryer. So the housing, and then the inside spins. And there are little things in there to help crumble the coffee, just to kind of cook it evenly. And after we're done roasting, we throw a little bit of water on the coffee just to start cooling it down. And right now, what you're seeing is the final cool down part.
The next place we headed was the Seattle Center. There you can find the uniquely shaped Museum of Pop Culture built in 2000, as well as the iconic Space Needle and other attractions. You can walk into the Museum of Pop Culture, as we did, but you must pay to tour the museum.
Some buildings are left from the 1962 Seattle World's Fair, which I was privileged to attend with my family back when I was young. And I remember some of the futuristic-looking attractions that are still visible.
It's a nice place to stroll and see the sights, whether or not you go into any of the paying attractions.
Some of our family had dropped out by the time we went to see the Hiram M. Chittenden Locks, also known locally as the Ballard Locks. A botanical garden is right there as well, and a great place to see for free, though we didn't have time to do it when we were there. This guy is pushing a whole barge full of material here. This little tugboat. Well, the water has risen up, and now I guess they'll open the lock.
We've visited family in Seattle many times, and whenever we come, we love to visit the locks. It's a fascinating place. You can think of the locks as a ship elevator. The locks help ships of all sizes move from Puget Sound to Lake Washington, Lake Union, and Salmon Bay, and vice versa, by matching the water level of the Sound to the water level of the lakes, as well as in reverse.
The fish ladder is a popular place for viewing. The ladder helps salmon swim up to the lake's water level. Fish have been coming through the ladder for over 100 years. Commonly seen are sockeye, chinook, and coho salmon. Although we were too late in the year to see the salmon run, we included some video from a previous visit a year ago.
An added treat was to see seals frolic in the water outside the fish ladder, where they sometimes gather to grab salmon that are passing through. On the way out, we stopped briefly at the Locks small visitor center.
The next free place Ron and I visited is the well-known Pike Place Market. So the Pike Place Market is up above, but you can park in this garage, and then you can just take an elevator up.
Speaking of colorful, did we say colorful? This place is colorful. The market, of course, sells everything from fruits and vegetables, jewelry, knickknacks, flowers, and everything in between. Including the fish market, where employees are known to throw fish back and forth for the enjoyment of customers.
Smells from fish to donuts, you know what I mean?
You know, they only keep 6 weeks if you fall into a 5-week coma, but anyways, when you get home, you set them on the counter for 5 days, they're perfect.
The newly developed outdoor area of the market was a great improvement since the last time we were there. The city is also renovating the downtown waterfront, including building the Overlook Walk, an elevated connection from Pike Place Market to the Waterfront Park Promenade.
This is the location of the first Starbucks store, and there's always a line to get in. We'd been there before, so we skipped it. This is what I consider the front of the market. We usually drive here to find a parking space, which is very difficult. Glad we found the lower level parking lot this time.
We're in the Sound View Cafe at Pike Place Market. It's so cute. And there's a view too. Ron got a bowl of clam chowder soup. And I got a cup of clam chowder soup. And here's the beer. This was our only purchase outside of lunch.
Outside of lunch, that's it.
We did a quick drive along the waterfront, another great free area to explore. A new ocean pavilion was added to the Seattle Aquarium in 2024, and while construction on the city's waterfront renovation began in 2019, it is expected to last into 2025 because it was hampered by COVID lockdowns and a concrete strike. However, we could tell it was already a huge improvement and hopefully will look even better in the months to come.
We had rain and clouds most of the time we were in Seattle, But the day we left, the sun came out again, and we once again admired the striking autumn leaves.
When the sun is out, which might be more often than you think, Seattle is a beautiful place. We hope you enjoyed seeing some attractions that don't cost anything to experience. We'll leave you with this stunning view of Mount Rainier and other Cascade Mountains on our way out of town.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for liking and subscribing to our channel.